Okay, this is part 2 of my January update. Got a little bit more to show you here. I have one more TV season, and then the rest are just regular DVDs. This first one's actually a VHS. I never thought I would actually buy a VHS again, but I did. And it is Twin Peaks, the pilot episode. And I was thinking about getting the whole series on VHS, but I ended up not getting it on VHS because I heard that the VHS wasn't very good. Somebody was saying that like episodes and scenes were missing from like the VHS release of this series. But I went ahead and just got the pilot episode because I really do like the pilot episode. It only cost me like $1.50, I think. It's in great condition, there's nothing wrong with it. And it played just fine as well. I was disappointed though because this pilot episode, it didn't have the ending that I saw when I watched it on the internet. Because the ending that I originally saw when I watched it on the internet, it ended where this guy was in the woods with a flashlight and he pulled this necklace up out of the ground that somebody had buried there. And this copy here didn't have that ending. It went all the way up to where it was supposed to show that, but instead it started showing a bunch of scenes from other episodes, mainly the second episode, and there was one whole scene that I hadn't even seen before because of this show. I've only seen just the first season. I've not seen any of the other episodes, and I do mean to get back into it once I'm done watching 24, but yeah, the ending that was on here, it was the ending from the second episode, I think, the one where Cooper's dreaming about the midget and Laura Palmer's in the dream, and she whispers in his ear and tells him like who killed her, and in the dream he's like 25 years older or something like that. But it had that ending, and I was really disappointed by that because it didn't have that original ending that I had seen on the internet. I did know beforehand that the VHS wasn't very good, but I didn't think the pilot was going to be that way. But unfortunately it was. I am disappointed, but then again I'm not disappointed because other than the ending, it did show the entire pilot episode that I remembered when I watched it on the internet. So I do like it for that. And the reason I got it on VHS and not on DVD is because the DVD sets, like the individual sets as well as the whole box set, are both pretty expensive, and I just don't want to spend that much money for it. It's like $60 to $70, and I just think that's a little bit too much if you ask me. But yeah, unless I get it as a gift, or unless it really comes down in price, I probably won't be getting the DVD set anytime soon. But I did go ahead and get the VHS because I really liked the pilot episode and I really wanted to get that. And it's like $25 on DVD, so yeah. There's the VHS. It's in great condition. And it is a pretty good show. I think when I'm finished with 24, I'm going to go ahead and get back into this show again. And then next up is a movie. It's a box set. It's the Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring. I haven't seen any of these movies because, like I said, I've been watching 24. But I've heard really good things about this movie. I kind of know what they're about, but then I kind of don't. I saw the trailer for this on YouTube, and it looks pretty good. So I'll definitely have to get right into this eventually. And if any of you have any thoughts on these movies, I'd like to hear them. And this is a really nice box set too. I really like this. It was a really good price too. I think it was like $10, and it's in great condition. It's a really nice little box set. It's a 4-disc set. So there's that. Now next up is a movie that I got off eBay. I think it was like $2, and it was brand new. And the movie is Dead Man Walking with Sean Penn and Susan Sarandon. I was looking around on YouTube and I happened to come across a scene from this movie, and I really enjoyed what I saw, so I went ahead and I got it off eBay. And I have to say, this was a very good movie. I mean, really, you guys need to watch this. If you've not seen this movie, I do highly recommend it. It's about Sean Penn's character. he's in prison and he's on death row and is going to be executed for this crime that he committed. And what he does is he wants spiritual guidance to like help him come to terms with what he did and help him get through the execution. And so Susan Sarandon offers to come, and she gives him spiritual guidance and helps him through the whole thing. And it really is a great movie. And the last scene, the scene where he's actually executed, it's one of the most powerful scenes I think I've ever seen before. And only problem though is that I really didn't feel sorry for him, because like you do eventually see what it was that he did, that he was on death row for. And at first you kind of did feel sorry for him, because you can tell when he was walking into to be executed, you could tell that he really felt sorry and that he really regretted what he did. But like, you know, even though I did regret it, you still really couldn't feel sorry for him, because you do, like, as he's being executed, you see flashbacks of what he did that put him on death row. And once you see that, you just really don't feel sorry for him at all. But it still is a great movie. And as far as the death penalty goes, if any of you are curious, I do agree with the death penalty 100%. And I do think that this guy deserved what came to him. But it still was a very good movie. And a lot of people argue that this movie is against the death penalty, which I kind of do agree a little bit, but even if you're not against it, I still think you can like it as well. But yeah, I really would like you guys to watch this. It's really good. You can find it pretty cheap on eBay. And if you have seen it, I would really like to know your thoughts on it, because I really enjoyed this movie. And it's just a double-sided DVD. Yeah, this is a really good movie. I think I would probably give this a 10 out of 10, to be honest with you. And then next up is Saw 6. Now, I said that I wouldn't watch any of the movies after Saw 4, but I did. And when Saw 6 came out, I really didn't care to see it, but I kept on hearing some pretty decent things about it, so I went and saw it. And I have to say, this was a really good movie. I really like this one a lot. I definitely think it redeemed the franchise from like the last two movies. Really great movie. The twist wasn't as good as some of the other installments, but it was a pretty good twist. And yeah, this was a really good movie. It's mainly about a guy. He works for a company that gives people coverage like when they're sick and they need some assistance. But like he keeps on turning down people and like pretty much giving them death sentences. And Jigsaw happened to be one of the ones that he turned down, and because of that he couldn't get like a treatment for his disease, and so he wanted to like get revenge on him and teach him a lesson, so he put him through like a series of traps. And like the traps were really cool. I think the trap where they were on the carousel has to be one of the best traps I've ever seen in any of these movies. But yeah, this definitely was a very good installment. I would highly recommend you check this one out. And there's the DVD for Saw 6, and it also comes with the original Saw on the back. Really don't know why it had to come with that, but it did. But yeah, it definitely did. It definitely was a great movie. It really did redeem the franchise. And then I have one more here. The last one I have is Coach Carter. This is a pretty good movie about a coach. He goes to coach this basketball team, and this team is full of these kids that are like into gang violence and into drugs and stuff like that. And he wants to help them become a better basketball team, and he also wants them to become better people, and he tries whatever he can to get them to be as good as they can possibly be. And it was a very good movie. I really enjoyed it. My only complaint, though, is that it was just a little bit too long for me. But other than that, it was a very good movie. I would recommend you give this a try. And so yeah, that's my update for January, and I hope you enjoyed these videos.